Lassi, good morning.
Good morning.
Where are you?
I am in Stockholm and I've been running around like a headless chicken looking for a place to sit down. And everywhere I sit, there's like a delivery truck or caterpillar that comes up. But here, I found a corner.
Okay, that's good. But there's only one thing that is not good. It's the weather.
Yeah, oh my God. It's... I'm trying to change my mood with these lights. I have a studio lamp at home, so I sit in front of the light for like half an hour every morning. And this helps, actually.
What kind of light is that?
It's a studio lamp. It's like a video light that you can use. It's because it's on all the time, so it's really good.
Okay, but it doesn't have any specific natural light in it.
It actually does. It does, because it's calibrated to be similar to like sunlight. So... and it's very bright. I measured the brightness. It's more that bright than those medical lamps that you can get.
Okay.
It's like a life hack.
Well, Lassi, welcome to Uli's Talks. It's great having you here today.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about having you because you are a serial entrepreneur from the last years. As I know, you have been working in marketing for a while. For me, you are a multi-talent. When we met last time, you talked about the many new businesses you are starting. Tell me more about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's both a blessing and a curse. The multiple talents can be sometimes a little bit tough to juggle and find your like focus when you're like that. But I worked 10 years in marketing as a CMO, but then I kind of got tired of doing that job because I noticed I was going from company to company. I was always doing the same thing over and over again. And that was around the time when the AI revolution started to take off. And when the first version of ChatGPT came out, I had honestly something I compared to an identity crisis. I didn't tell people, but I felt inside, I was like, what is this technology? Because I've spent my whole life becoming the person that has like most knowledge, knows more programming languages, knows more actual languages, knows more about business and strategies. And like, it was always my thing to just immerse myself and know tons of things. And then suddenly everybody has access to AI that seemingly seems to have all of those things. And I was like, what's my purpose in life anymore? But quite quickly, I learned that the AI, it's like an instrument. It's like an airplane, honestly, that you have to learn how to fly. And most people are not willing to put the time and effort into learning how to fly an airplane. And so I decided to make a turn in my life and create a completely different career for myself, and just designate all my time into learning how I can make AI do my job for me. And so I started testing out how you can build autonomous systems that, this is way before agents were a thing. Nowadays, agentic AI is everywhere, and it's easy to build agents. But with very early versions of GPT-4, I was able to build systems that actually were behaving just like agents. They would do decision making themselves, and then they would execute those decisions when I connected these two things to other systems. And yeah, quite quickly when I realized that I have the ability to build systems that think for themselves and execute those decisions and basically mimic the way humans work, I decided to start my own company where I just build these kind of things for everybody. And in the last year, I've started building various software, but the main software that I build right now is like a personalized communication platform that uses AI to research and understand the recipient, and then it tailors the communication to the recipient. And that's one of the main things I'm working on right now.
And who are your target clients? Is it businesses or private consumers?
It's always businesses, yeah. So I'm helping always small teams like build basically whatever they want to automate. But with that the personalization platform, it's marketing teams and sales teams. You can use it both for sales use cases or marketing use cases. Anywhere where you would want to communicate to thousands of people, but in a way that typically a salesperson actually can, like on that kind of personal level of understanding of the recipient. So it has endless use cases, basically.
So you are saying that in the era of AI that we're in at the moment, which is still the beginning, sure, but
Yeah.
still, it's been a while around. And you are saying that businesses are not ready to put themselves into this pilot seat and fly the AI plane to where they want to go themselves. They need you, right?
Well, for sure, I'd say so. And what I think is really important is something I was talking about last week. I was holding a workshop to people, teaching them how they can build these processes themselves. And I've noticed that the number one limiting factor is really yourself often, that people don't give themselves permission to learn these things. They put all kinds of excuses forward. I hear always excuses like, for example, oh, AI can't do this. People say that kind of thing. But what I found is that there is nothing that I haven't been able to make AI do or imitate, because if you use creativity and patience to break down virtually any task that humans do into small steps and small individual decisions, you can solve basically anything. And then the second thing I always hear is that, well, I am not capable of this because this is too technical. But that's also not true, because the sort of the technical threshold to automating and using AI is getting down all the time. And the way I've learned all these skills is like little bit by bit, building on top of absolutely small skills that in and of themselves don't feel like they are anything useful. But then over time, it adds to something really useful. So I noticed that the biggest thing is mental, really, that people put like a brakes on themselves, stopping themselves. And then the third thing I want to mention is that there is like, I've had this experience with a lot of customers over the last year, is that they are technical people, even with good technical skills. And then when I start to show them what AI is actually capable of, when you use this kind of simple techniques where you start breaking down things into individual small decisions that the AI does and executes, people often say that, oh my God, like I felt like I could see everything, but I realized I've seen like just a fraction of the possibilities. And now I see possibilities absolutely everywhere. So I think companies are definitely not ready, because a lot of this possibility falls into the sort of unknown territory where you're not aware simply of the fact that you don't know what's possible. So I encourage people to just assume that AI can pretty much automate anything these days.
In the past, as CMO, you led teams, marketing teams. Now, I guess you are a solo entrepreneur, but what I hear is that you're actually leading your clients.
Yes, for sure. Because actually, this is what I'm finding is it's the hardest part. I like the technical part seems to be never actually the hard part. The building of something like an agent or an automation is always the really quick thing, but to get customers mentally in the right spot is always the hard part. And I think that's the way it is. But I'm really happy about one thing, is that a lot of these AI systems that I'm building and these automations and agents, they are actually systems that work alongside people. So they are systems that complement people's skills rather than replacing them in the workforce. So for that reason, also, it's really important to get people to recognize that this is actually something that will help you to be actually much more productive and save your time from the mundane.
So, is that also a key ingredient then of leading your clients and making them understand what the value, what the benefit is? Or let me ask openly, what is the key success in Lassi leading the clients to making them be successful using AI?
That's a really good question. So I think the key to leading customers to success. Oh, let me think about that, because I'm trying to think about cases where we have taken longer time, for example, to get to the result than usual. I'd say being somehow very open about things is key, because I something that I notice is that I have often an intuition, can immediately feel when I'm talking to a customer or a team about something. I often have a very strong intuition immediately about where things are going. But then sometimes, if I'm not brave enough, I might be trying to just like to please the person, or try to be nice to them. I might, postpone telling them the hard truth sometimes, or opening their eyes. So that's, I think, is the key. Actually, is that I'm trying to, as I'm older and older, I try to actually listen to my intuition and my gut feeling in all situations. Not only in this kind of situation when I'm talking to customers, but it applies to virtually everything: hiring decisions, whether you are going to take a client or not, etc. I noticed that my intuition is actually incredibly strong, and whenever I make mistakes, it's because I didn't listen to my gut feeling. I tried to rationalize something in my head.
It's amazing because in the last episodes of Uli's talks, this topic of intuition, of feeling, of empathy, those soft skills, they always come up when we talk about leadership or when we start talking about leadership. It happened
Yeah.
again. So that what would happen if you didn't activate your intuition at all?
Oh, that's a great question. So if I didn't activate my intuition, that's such a brilliant question, because like it cuts to the core of like what it is to be human and what makes us so special and good at anything. If you were like, I just watched Star Trek yesterday. One of the main characters is Data, the android character, and he has such a hard time sometimes figuring things out because he lacks this intuition. He just got all the rationale in the world, but you can easily get completely I don't know. You can't make decisions without intuition, I suppose. And it's like your inbuilt AI basically that tells you immediately what is correct and not.
Interesting that you say AI, because that was my thought for the next question. We jumped
Mm,
from AI in the beginning of our conversation to feelings and intuition in the second part
yeah,
of our conversation. And now you're bringing up AI and saying that the feeling inside us humans is actually our own AI. Super interesting.
it is. It is because it's pattern recognition. It's about something that, you've encountered these situations over and over again in your life. And so you have this built-in mechanism that guides you towards, those decisions. But what is really weird about intuition, honestly, is that how you become aware of it is that it doesn't talk to you in the same way as your sort of the mind that speaks to you in words. It speaks to you often in other ways. You have to kind of tune yourself to hear it. It's somewhere in your body. And that to me is really weird. Why is that intuition not in the head like everything else?
I mean, they say the gut is the second brain. Probably that
Yes.
plays a big role.
Yeah, for sure. Um,
Lastly, we're already at the end of our conversation. It goes so fast. I love
oh my
talking to
God.
you. Yeah. Is there something we missed? Is there something the audience needs to know about Lassi, about your experience, about AI, or about your leadership skills, your leadership experiences, about your biggest leadership learnings in your past or present?
The biggest leadership learnings, I think, good thing to kind of end on would be that I always try to create an atmosphere with earlier with my employees, my team, and nowadays more with my clients, where I try to create a very open and non-political and transparent environment by giving people the permission up front, and being explicit with giving them the permission to speak. Like, I often felt myself that I was in situations where I would have wanted to speak, but I wasn't quite sure if I'm allowed to. If, for example, in the presence of my manager, that can I speak to them about this thing? And then you keep things into yourself because you're not sure. Is it a safe environment to share? So I used to always tell everybody that, I am here just to help you. That's the only thing I'm interested in. So if you have messed up, or if we need to share something that's not going in the right track, just tell me and we'll solve it. Because I don't care that something broke or something, went badly or project failed. I just want to, I'm only focused on progress and people's well-being. And that puts people at ease. And I've noticed that, people have such an easy time sharing with you when something, is bad. So I think that's one of those best things that try to be explicit and give people literally, I told them always, please be so frank with me as you possibly can. And then people usually relax and they can start delivering their best side.
Thank you very much for sharing, for being transparent, and for being with me here today. Time flies. I hope you enjoyed it. I did a lot. And I hope
Yeah.
we'll meet again very soon, Lassi.
I hope so too, Uli. Let's catch up soon.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.